Anybody talking about getting money for your business before you have a business is the canary in the coal mine last time was margin trading accounts for dipshits like me. You want $8,000? All right, big shot. Here's $8,000.
Yeah.
Trade away. Oh, you lost it.
Is it better to just buy a boring, cash-flowing biz from a dying boomer rather than reinventing the wheel?
Yes.
Was asking about credit line earlier for velocity banking, or is that just a scam?
It's a scam. That's a thing to like. Anybody talking about getting money for your business before you have a business is a. Don't even listen to anything like that. You get a business, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. That's like the last wave of like finance to go bad. They used to do that for like start a trading account today. That was like the one towards the. That was like the canary in the coal mine last time was margin trading accounts for dipshits like me. You want $8,000? All right, big shot. Here's $8,000.
Yeah.
Trade away. Oh, you lost it.
Yeah.
And it's gone. You know, it's like so.
Like
yeah.
when the Realtor
That's,
app came
I mean,
out.
and it's like because if you have a business proof of concept, like there has to be some sort of like proof. You can't just like, oh yeah, that'll if I start doing like there's not many businesses in the world that you can just start out of thin air and that are like immediately existing. I know you need capital to start, but you need an impetus too. You know what I mean? Like there has to be some sort of like success.
Yeah.
You know, go figure. Or money coming in. A restaurant is one of those things, but existing restaurants like they're not guaranteed. There's no guaranteed money. So how good are you at operating a business? So many components on it, man. I'm not Mr. Wonderful, but Jesus Christ, man. I mean, I've started businesses before, but you know, they had like it was like dumb businesses and stuff like that. I just don't think I wouldn't do that. It's just not my style. You can do whatever you want, man. You can do you can go borrow $300,000 and start a drop shipping business. I don't give a you can start a dog sucking business. I don't give a shit. I sell sunky chunky soup at the
Dog sucking facility.
at the dog sucking house, the facilities. People like chunky soup, chicken noodle. Get the dog taste out of your mouth.
Tuck with $20. Evening boys. I'm 25 with a video production company. I make ads for tech companies. It pays the bills, but I have too much downtime. Any trades I can get into without having to slow down my video work. 20 hours a week. Thank you.
Local branding experts for boomers that don't know how to make new logos for businesses they're buying because they're retiring.
Yeah, that's big.
Like branding experts that understand. They don't know how. I mean, these people don't know how to use Fiverr.
No,
you know what I mean? You're not talking to someone who knows how to like. Yeah, you can just use Fiverr and make a logo. I think there's like a lot. I worked with a girl one time on branding something, and how busy she was doing that was blowing my mind. Oh yeah, like, hey, I need help on the design of this. Cool, no problem. I'll schedule you in for a month out from now.
Wow.
Slammed business.
Wow.
Her other clients were like huge, like locally small owned restaurants, hotels, small brands, and like coffee shops, oyster farms, vineyards, wineries, doing like media for them. They have no clue how to do it. Sometimes, not always.
Cool, because they're perfecting the art of oyster shucking.
Yeah, I'm not trying to not cut my hand open again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I retired recently from Fidelity. My wife and I bought an oyster farm from my son-in-law, who's worked for the Department of Environmental Management. So, no, this is a new wound. What happened? Well, here's the rub. He's just jamming oyster knives at like day one wedding one. The guy spends his entire clears his Fidelity retirement account, builds an oyster shuckery on the ocean, jabs like oyster knife right through his hand day one. He's in his like champagne Volvo wagon, like going to the emergency room. But no,
that's good.
I mean, it's just one of those things that's like sort of like you think it wouldn't be in this day and age, but it totally is, and I promise.
Oh, yeah.
Like small retirees businesses, and they don't know. I'm telling you, weekly like uploads plans. They pay. Have a good billing system for it. Find out how to charge for it. Yeah, running TikTok, driving business, local business. And you'll find it from you know where you'd really find it is you'd find a lot of like small, like we have like Moo Moo's like a really cool business card company. They do like
my friend Kyle worked there for years.
yeah.
That's why
We used Moo when we were they're like hip, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they sort of like run in packs, and I feel like there's a big hole there because it's grunt work that no one wants to do, and it's not glamorous.
Yeah,
But you can charge for it.
My friend Kyle, he went from, he's originally from Virginia. He actually moved up here because of Moo, but then he moved back to Virginia. He going.
I'm thinking about getting back into Fidelity.
Stink McStink with $25. Nick, how do I get into building? I want to build a shed and work my way up to a tiny house. Thanks. And Krish, I know you're an Ibanez fan, but have you seen the new Gibson Explorer in Forest Jewel Satin? He wants to get into building, go from a shed, work his way up to tiny house.
Build your mom flower boxes. Like build like flower boxes this big, this deep. And then make them for your mom. And then build a sawhorses. And
I saw how to build one on TikTok yesterday.
Yep, I know the ones you saw. Build the saw. Just try it. Go buy a saw at Savers and or like a crack or a pawn shop. Just buy a circular saw. Start there, and just start building shit. And if you really actually want to work, I don't know a framer in the world that doesn't need guys right now. So I mean, if you want to go just throw your hand in the mix and don't do anything. But you can start by building something small and stupid, borrowing a miter saw from your uncle or something like that, or someone who maybe your aunt has one. I don't know. But if you want, just build something small and stupid. I built flower boxes specifically when I wanted to. That was like I built like 3 window boxes for my house on 2198 Merrill Spring, and I built like 2. I was putting in annual flowers for nursing homes constantly for like 4 years in a row, so I was decent at doing annual flower deck.
Yeah, the flower box is a good entry.
They make mad money.
Yeah.
It was like $500 for like big box. It was like the thing I did all by myself, and I made like my dad was like, "You can keep the money if you do it." I was like, "Yeah, okay, I can keep all that." He's like, "Yeah, you can keep all that." I was like I made like, and I was like, "Oh, all right," and no problem. I'd like bill out like fucking $7,000.
What?
Yeah. I remember finding flowers from this guy. I think I made like a really bad deal with flats. I don't know if I like ripped this guy out. I don't know. It was years ago, but I went to this field where this guy had like, usually you see like, it's usually like Central Americans working in flower fields. You go there, everybody's Chinese.
Really?
I go there to pick up the flowers. They had an ice raid. And the story was that Chinese women jumped in a box van and drove it into the woods and hid before ice came.
Really?
Yeah, I had to go back and I had a whole bunch of flowers.
I
cheap
never
price.
Known that.
It was fun. It was fun. As I was loading in the flowers, like, oh, they're gone. I paid them all yesterday. Oh, that's funny because I just paid them all yesterday. All the cash for all the flowers that I bought. How many flowers did you buy? Oh, 3,200 flats. Like $17,000 worth of flowers. I'm like, oh yeah, I paid them in cash.
Ice?
Why? What was going on? Did they not have their
visas?
What do you mean they didn't have that? Oh no!
They didn't have work visas?
What the hell? Oh, I feel gypped.
He's starting a pool company at 25 in Georgia. Might get a day job as a plumber before quitting my. Before quitting my current company, or should I learn heavy equipment to build instead?
No, because you can the problem is with heavy equipment, it's expensive. So and you can sort of, when you're starting a pool company, you can sort of a la carte that work, like the digging, right? So the plumbing is what you want to get involved in, basically the physical. You can become basically a pool plumber. Like you can compartmentalize your business into what you do best. That's what I would do. Pools are big, right? Pools are like, I do house, but pools now become like a complex problem, and there's like insurance companies involved in it. So they've become like a little bit more of like a highbrow business over the past couple of years. Just because you have to run electrical wires, you have to run plumbing, you have to have, you're connecting to the house and sometimes you need some engineering done. Slopes, ledge, blasting, you're pouring concrete, you're bringing in heavy machinery. I wouldn't be laying out the money for any heavy machinery. In fact, I would try to run pickup truck tools and just be that specialized plumber guy or the complex electrician guy or the and then anything that can be third partied out by guys who like to work with guys like you and you're kind of GCing that. I would stay as a sort of like design and then and hone in on one specific thing in pools, because if you try to do everything at once, you're just gonna go broke, right? You can't buy an excavator big enough. You can't buy you can't staff enough bricklayers to keep them and concrete and patio guys to keep them fed in the early stages. So you know, what are you gonna do? I would really hone in on learning Sherwood pumps like a madman, learning salt, you know, pumps. That new that finish is pretty important on pools. The is it called? Son of a Pebble Tech.
A car with $25. To the guy looking to start a pool business, look into fountain maintenance instead. Work with the plumber to learn about pipes and pumps, etc. I worked for a company in DC and did most of my job out of my Volkswagen Golf. There you go.
Advice for the dude: pumps, fountains,
Fountain maintenance.
Fountain maintenance. You know what? And that's pretty. You know what I like about fountain
Great
maintenance?
idea.
Installs are not residential; they're commercial.
Mm-hmm.
So like university work, and what I mean by that is, if any of the blue collar guys, if work gets short, hit the schools. Schools always have money, man. Fountain maintenance for, like, you know, that's really good. Some good information. That's that neat shit, man. That's the stuff. And I mean, I know it'll transfer over to koi ponds, but fountains in the home and stuff like that is kind of dying in some areas. But it's man, that's a great idea. Man,
That's
nice.
awesome. Thank
you for that.